Damn, sorry about that. I was muted. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Schmoe. We are a South African and European-based Schmoedown after show. As you can see today, I am alone. I am, uh, unfortunately, uh, I couldn't expect anybody to come in last minute, and only knew last minute due to circumstances beyond our control that I would have to do this alone. But wish me luck. Yeah, so let's get into it, shall we? The first thing, oh yeah, let me invite Luke on. Actually, he can help me out quickly. I didn't want to bug him last minute again. That's why. But just give me a sec. I'll be right with you, Luke. Promise. Um, and then yeah, this week was amazing, Schmoedown wise. I loved every minute of it, to be honest with you. Some interesting things we're going to talk about for sure, regarding the developments from the pay-per-view. So there will be spoilers today. Don't worry about that. Hello, Thomas. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you there, my friend. Yes, so it's going to be a very, very interesting story to tell. And let's just jump right into it, shall we? War of the Daddy-O's. Frankie Alvarez versus Rick the Rager Radis. I love this. Really, really, really love this match. It had everything I thought it would be. It had the storyline of Frank versus Rick. They brought the family into it. They showed the rivalry born from Spin from the Reel, where they had that little thing where Rick threatened Frankie's family. It was beautiful. Um, hey,
What's up?
Luke, how you
How you
doing?
doing? Good.
Good. Sorry, I didn't want to bug you last minute again. That's why.
Oh, you're good. I was doing a trying to upload a. We did a review today for Dune.
Ooh, nice. I have to watch
You
that because
seen
I
it?
really want to watch it, dude.
It's good. The
Big.
movie's good. The the I'm curious to see what people are going to think of our review.
I'm sure they're gonna love it because you guys are pretty good with your reviews.
Our reviews do not the best, but our trailer reviews do. Trailer reactions are where it's at.
Yeah.
So what were you
Um,
talking about?
I was talking about the Rick the Rager Radis match. Uh,
Ooh.
oh yeah, I forgot to put this up. I'm so sorry because we are talking full spoilers for the pay-per-view. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go and watch it, then come back to the show. Um, I will say, as Thomas pointed out, it wasn't the best match trivia wise, but wow, from a character point of view, it was fantastic. They were going
Well,
off at each other, one shot, one shot, one shot.
well, they had been kind of talking about this match for a while. They had been setting this up storyline wise. This is what I've been missing with the Schmoedown. That straight storyline.
Yeah, and I agree to some extent. I in a way, I wish the trivia was a bit better. It don't get me wrong, it wasn't Andrew Guy, Ben Bateman levels of bad. Um, that match was really a pain to watch trivia wise. But yeah, it was it. They struggled to get going, but once they got going, they were on point every single one. I will say I wish we'd done a reaction to this Oh yeah, Thomas, I agree. Thank you very much, Luke, for hopping in.
I do
Uh,
not mind.
I will say I wish that I'd done a reaction to this because I got uh two 3 out of 4 for the Disney questions. I got Rick the Rager Radis's 2 point question, and I was like, man, I wish we'd already done a reaction to this.
I need to talk to Eli. Sometimes y'all could probably pop on reactions when he's doing it, because honestly, he does it about 12 our time, 11 or 12.
12
So
in the night.
yeah, so I think that's your. I
Wow.
don't. What time is it there?
It's now 9 o'clock our time.
Okay, so maybe it'd be in the morning for y'all.
Yeah, sounds good. Maybe one day I'll join him.
it. I'm just
But
curious if we do is how many reactions we'll end up doing next year.
well, I mean, there's going to be a lot fewer matches unless you count the FCL.
Yeah, I'll be watching FCL next year. Just I do not know if we're gonna. I don't know how our channel is gonna handle FCL next year.
Uh, yeah, that's going to be we'll have to discuss that when the time comes. But it's going to be interesting, especially because they're on Twitch, and as you said last week, everything I do on my phone mostly, so it's kind of difficult to watch Twitch there and interact.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I did have an idea, and I was gonna ask you about this, and I'm gonna talk about it on our show tomorrow. I had this idea where, all right, the beginning of this next season, season 9, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what I'm thinking, and I might shoot this idea with Christian. I don't know if this is a crazy idea or not, but and you know how like in like sports and different stuff, they'll have big press conferences, and the press will go speak to whoever is in front of everyone, and they'll ask questions, stuff like that. I
Mm-hmm.
think instead of having all fans connecting, which is good. I mean, it's good to connect to the fans and stuff like that. Try and base it down to your after shows. Your after shows are basically your press, and then your after shows can kind of collect questions and stuff like that. So it's almost funneled in a way. So the after shows can kind of add more hype and excitement to the Schmoedown versus just the Schmoedown trying to hype everything up, because there's a lot of after shows right now, and if you could use them as a press in a way, then I think you're actually going to help the Schmoedown in the long run.
Yeah, that's very, very true. And we look personally, I'd love to do that, and I'd especially do that with some of the matches that I find fantastic. I was so when the Molly Damon Alex Damon match went live, I was so excited to talk about that match because that was just fantastic on every point of view, and I was so on tenterhooks because it was released early that I just wanted to talk about it. But yeah, hey, Thomas likes your idea, so
Hey, I'll take
got
it.
a thumbs up there. uh, so what did you think of this match?
So, to be completely upfront, I did watch this match, but I also was kind of listening to it through my phone while I was getting ready to go watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to most of this. I mean, it on the just the character work wise, it was incredible. I did
Mm-hmm.
have one issue with this match as a whole, and just due to the fact of, or not just this match, but the whole event, I missed that we didn't have any storylines. Like normally before for big pay-per-views, like big live in studio pay-per-views, we would have like a short like storyline or something build up, so you had ideas of what's coming in this next season or what's coming up. They didn't do that, and I think I really missed that in this pay-per-view.
But in a way, uh, sorry to interrupt, but in a way, we kind of haven't seen that for a while, though. I mean,
Oh yeah.
after Collision, I haven't really noticed much of a storyline other than the Lon Harris Dan Murrell thing.
Yeah, I mean the last really major one was I think when they went back to in studio. I think it was a I guess basically well, you technically had some storyline stuff with the Chandru stuff and the Grace stuff at
Oh
the
yeah,
New
in New
York
York.
event.
Yeah,
So not having any storyline wise for this was kind of disappointing.
I guess so. And I see your point. And I agree. It was really disappointing. And that's why I wish that Christian had continued the whole storyline thing that he had continued from the beginning of the year. If he had carried that throughout the year, but I think with them being, if uh, umming and eyeing about whether they're going full studio or not, it kind of put them in an awkward position.
Yeah, and I get that. I guess in this case, I was just kind of shocked by it because I kind of felt like once you're in studio, you do storyline. If you're online, yeah, that's different. I actually understand why they're not online. But when you're in studio, you have the opportunity, you have everyone there. Building a storyline makes the pay per views more. You want to keep up with it. It's a TV show. I mean, that's the
Mm.
Schmoedown is basically half sport, half TV show. And so you want to know what's coming up. And I think that's one reason why the Schmoedown this year, people aren't keeping up with it as much as they have in the past. For one, there's just so many matches. But also,
Mm.
there's nothing to bring someone back. There is no, I have to watch this next match because I need to know what's next in the storyline. There is no storyline, so
Although,
there's no reason.
yeah, true. Although I will say, there's a few matches that are storyline wise and match wise that I'm excited for coming up. I mean, you got the Kalinowski match, which personally I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, I agree with that. You want to jump into the next match?
Yeah, so this was the Mike Kalinowski versus Amaru Moses. So in this
Ooh.
one, we had basically a thing of firsts, a championship of firsts. So if Mike won, he was going to be the first champion to defend the IG belt twice, uh, and he would be the first. Yeah, and then if Amaru won, he'd be the first African American to win the IG belt. Um, Now this was a hell of a match. It was down to the wire. I don't know if you watched it, Luke.
Yes, I did watch this match. This match
Yeah.
actually, after the movie, I went back and watched this because this was a match I'd been really looking forward to for a while.
Yeah, this was
Mike,
fantastic. There are comments that I want to make storyline wise for this with Chandru's situation, but I'll get to that. I just want to say this was tied round one, round two, round three. We'll get to a discussion about futures of round three. Round four, uh, Amaru just was a beast in that speed
mm,
round, like I didn't know he could be,
that
and
shocked me. That shocked me.
that was fantastic. He was
Oh yeah.
wow, just wow, and watch, and then just didn't hit his five. Actually, was it his three that he missed?
I think it was his three, and I think it's 3 and 5.
Yeah, so he missed his three and his five, and that just ended it. And it was a great showing by Mike. It not his best showing, but still a good showing. And I really want to see them. I really want to see him go to spectacular now.
Yeah. Look, check the comments real quick. What's
Yep,
up, Manuel?
Emmanuel. Uh, I you were completely right. I just he's a fantastic player, Emmanuel. Uh, I must say. And yeah, Thomas, I completely agree. I can see him holding that belt. And I can imagine him defending it 3 times. In fact, with how he played today, or on Friday, it was just a fantastic match.
So after
Anything you
this
want to add, Luke?
win, well, after this win, do you even want to see the Chandra match? Do you,
No,
it
no.
if Amaru had won, I think I'd been okay with him playing Chandra. I don't want to see Mike play Chandra again. I just he's already beat him this year. That was the last match Chandra played. Replaying Mike for the belt just doesn't feel earned at all. And if it was Amaru, I think you could probably work it a lot better. But since it's Mike again, it's just like, okay, if Mike beats him, then Chandra's just it's like kicking a puppy when he's down. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not gonna be
and
fun.
if Chandru wins, then it's just like, well, then you've got that whole the heel wins when you're going into spectacular, and it's like, okay, well, great, now you got a heel versus heel match, and oh, great. I mean,
Well,
to me,
you
it's
would have basically you would have not a heel versus heel. You would have if Chandra wins, if Chandra wins, Chandra's playing Parker at Spectacular. If
mm,
Mike wins, you've got Parker playing Mike. The better match is Mike versus Parker. You want to see that
yeah.
match. Yes, Parker and Chandru, they played before and Parker lost to Chandru, but I think people are going to want to see Mike versus Parker more than
I
Mike
mean,
versus Chandru.
for one thing, it's new, right? We've already seen Chandru face Parker. We've seen Chandru face Mike. At this point, people are chomping at the bit for something new. We don't want to see Chandru again, and
Yeah,
it's give it some time.
yeah. Like if you have Chandru come back, he's just annoying. He's no longer the heel. He becomes just annoying because his character Chandru is actually an incredible heel if
Mm.
it goes well. If Chandru is on point when he's playing the game, when he's playing good, he knows how to get under people's skin. But you can actually do that too much to the point where everyone's just annoyed with you. And I think in
Mm.
this case, I think everybody's annoyed. Like, all right, everyone in the chat, please let us know. Do you want to see the Mike Chandru, or do you want Chandru to kind of take a break for until next season?
Well, I mean, it's like Thomas pointed out, and you pointed out earlier. If Chandru loses, he's done for a while. He goes from sec, uh, like second in a potential number one contendership match to down at the bottom.
Yeah. I think this is tricky. I really do, and I actually get. I think Christian was really pushing for this one. I think this is tricky. I wouldn't go down this path. Yeah, Thomas, I agree.
Mm.
I'm afraid. I really am nervous on this. I think this could really hurt Spectacular actually, because if you had all right, let's just say Mike lost to Chandru, you have a champion who didn't earn his way up. Yes,
Yeah,
Emmanuel.
I
Well,
I
yeah,
completely agree, Emmanuel. Yeah.
yeah. I think that's why I think That's why I think the match. We should have got some storyline with the Chandra situation. We don't know what's happening there now, and so we're all in the
To be
dark.
fair, though, this was filmed way before that Chandra situation happened.
Mm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
This was filmed on, I think, the 26th of September, the same
Yeah.
time that the Saul Parker match was filmed.
Yep. That's
So
it.
they couldn't really expand on that, and that's why you heard Christian saying Mike is going to spectacular.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And
Yep.
it's
That
almost
makes a difference. Wow.
yeah,
Yep. That makes a difference. I think sometimes the Schmoedown having matches like recording them so early kind of shoots them in the foot sometimes because it's hard for storyline wise to kind of work out well.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, Yeah, go ahead and show Thomas's comment on that one.
And I completely agree with that. The free for all winner should keep the free for all thing, and I understand there's some things that we might not understand. Maybe Oyama doesn't have the time. Maybe there's something that we don't quite understand. But yeah, personally, I don't want to see it. What does
Hmm.
maybe young
Okay.
room say? I
Um.
personally don't want to see Chandru play. Chandru is one of the best players in the game. He beat. Oh, so he does want to see it.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey.
yeah. So I mean,
Hey.
hey,
I like a different perspective because honestly, that's the first one who has wanted to see it that I've heard yet, and I like the fact that someone is saying that they want to see it. I
yeah,
think, and they are right. Chandru is one of the best players in the game. I think it's if Chandru wasn't a heel, do you think the backlash would be as big as what it is right now?
no, no. I think if Chandru wasn't a heel, you would see almost like when Mara got her shot. You would see almost like a yeah. Let's yeah. That's how I see it.
Offer a three way.
This could be interesting actually. Offering up a three-way at spectacular.
I think you're still running into. I think Parker would be ticked. Think of it.
Yeah.
Parker's been won the tournament. He's been fighting for this chance, and then it's like, okay, I gotta do a three way now. It's like, wow, my chances. I would be ticked. I mean, I
Me
think
too,
Mike would
but I
be
mean,
fine with it. I think Mike would be fine
yeah,
with it just because he's been defending so well and everything going on. Chandra would be up super excited about jumping up and down over it. Parker would be ticked. And if I were Parker, I'd be ticked. I mean, Parker has fought. I think that's why I'm a little upset with the Chandra part. Is Parker has fought his way for this match. I mean, he had to win a tournament to get to the title match.
mm,
And if they gave him a three way, it's like, wow, Chandra gets my chance because he was given it, he didn't earn it.
so let me ask you this: what if they do the match and immediately after Chandru cashes in and whoever wins has to face Chandru, almost like a,
No,
Money in the Bank briefcase thing.
no, you don't want that. You are exhausting a player. I mean, you're making them exhausted, and it's just, oh, I have to bow him now or face him now. Wow, I'm already exhausted. I can't think straight because I'm so tired from this first match. And
Mm,
they lose, yeah, if they win, oh, they look like heroes. But if they lose at they it's just like, wow, I lost this match because I wasn't prepared for taking two matches in the same day. And I know
yeah,
some people have done it, but you'll talk to, I think Ben Bateman was the same way. Like sometimes that can take you out.
yeah, yeah. He played the teams match and the singles match and won the singles title. Um, but yeah, look, I completely agree. You look at the Sam Levine match that happened. I mean, it could be interesting storyline wise, but the one thing that I wanted to say about this whole Chandra thing is it's almost like he's being overexposed at the moment, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think they brought him in too soon.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
anyway, there
Thomas,
is. Sorry.
you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did in the first collision. Because Sam Levine cashed in immediately, and uh, Merle beat him. Could happen. Mike's that good that he could defend it twice.
Yeah, I guess it's just honestly, I think it's just because of Chandra. I really do. I think it's
Mm,
I his heelness, his character, and he's a great heel. He's a great player. I just think it's a little too soon.
yeah. There is one thing that came out in this match that I do quickly want to discuss, and that's the respin in round 3 of title matches, which is the betting round. And they, I don't know if this was a joke or if it was really a thing.
No, it
But if
wasn't
it
a
is
joke.
really so, if it is really a thing, I do want to get your opinion on this. If it's worth it, what's your opinion on them respinning on the betting round?
Actually, I think it's smart. I think it gives the person spinning a better, or like it makes them being winning by round 3. It makes it better because right now it's like, oh, you are ahead, so you get to spin. It's like, but it's just a spin. You're getting nothing out of being ahead in
Mm,
round 3. If I mean, you really don't get anything from it. Either person could spin. It doesn't matter who's spinning a wheel. That's not going to help you any. But if you're able to
yeah.
respin, that's incredible. That's great. I think it's so smart, and I like the way that they slipped it in.
Mm. With Mike saying, "Can I respin?"
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Uh, I will just want to point this out. Emmanuel says it perfectly. Trust the
Yeah.
process. We just have to trust Harloff, and
And
I
Harloff, we
think he knows what
trust.
he's doing. Thomas, the reason why I say Mike is because I think he can do it. I think he can defend a third time. That's just me, though. But yeah,
After the
on
fast.
this respin thing. Sorry,
Oh, you're good.
I was going to say on this respin thing. It's going to be interesting, especially if the champion decides to keep opponents and spinners choice in there, which they're allowed to do. But I haven't seen that being done for a while now. But if for some crazy reason they decide to do it, um, it could turn the tide in a match and could make them think, uh, yeah, whether it's worth the respin. And I agree completely with Matt.
Thanks, Matt. I just saw it and I was like, well, I'm busy on this computer anyway. Might as well jump on.
Thank you so much for the help, man.
You're welcome. But so in saying that, there was something too about this match I did want to bring up. I think this is Sam Levine's last year.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about that as well because he said he doesn't know what's happening with him, but he'll see. We'll definitely see Amaru in the uh, uh, matches next year. But from what uh, from what it sounds like, Sam is leaving the Schmoedown next year, which
Well, I
is
mean, if you were
it's
Sam
sad.
though, Sam's had some rough 2 years.
Kind of, except I think this year was much better for him.
Oh yeah, this year was
I
better,
mean,
but at the same time, it still wasn't great.
it wasn't the best, but like he brought Amaru to a number one contenders match. He has a team going for the belts. He brought two amazing teams in Lightning Time and the Outsiders to the forefront of everyone's minds. And he got Ethan Irwin his second belt in 3 years. So he's had a pretty okay year. Not the
Yeah,
best, not dungeon levels or corruption levels, but
just more midstream at the moment. Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's a lot. I mean, being in the Schmoedown takes a lot out of you, even especially. I think I might be wrong, but I think being a manager, you have to spend a lot more time being a manager than even being a player.
Mhm.
Because think how many matches they have to be in managing.
No, for sure. And they have to make sure their players are ready. Um, it's just going to be crazy. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas. That was my mistake. But hey, I love the outsiders, so I have to mention them too.
Then chill.
Hey, someone has to be.
I know, right? I'm shocked you haven't tried to interview Kate yet.
Oh, that would be a dream come true for me. Kate, Liz Shannon Miller, all those women would be fantastic to interview, and I would love to one day. I just think we got to discuss it with the rest of the Schmoe team.
Oh,
Yeah, it really is. Just want to say, get well soon, Matt. I hope you feel better soon, my friend.
oh, you've got COVID. Ugh, yuck. I just got my
So,
second vaccine a couple weeks ago.
oh, nice. Yeah, I got mine 2 weeks ago Monday, and hit me for a loop this last week. But yeah,
It kicked my tail after getting the second one. Man, I was out for 3 days.
oh my word, sure. Yeah, and they're talking about giving boosters even. So
Fun.
yeah.
Oh, fun.
Okay, so shall we talk about the rest of the matches? Go on to
Yes.
the
Yeah.
regular matches of the week.
Let's dive into those.
Spoiler alert is gone, everyone. We're not talking spoilers anymore. Okay. So I apologize, Laura, for this title, but I just thought it fit with your nickname. But yeah, this is Laura Kelly versus Gold Leader. Laura Kelly held her own, man, and I really, really wanted to hold that belt one day. But yeah, she lost to Gold Leader. I think she missed her 5, and yeah, it was just a devastating loss for me because I wanted to see a woman move through to the finals. But yeah, what did you think about this match, Luke?
Oh, I thought it was incredible. Oh, just a quick plug. Tomorrow night for our show, we are going to have Gold Leader on to talk the matches with us.
Oh, nice, awesome.
Yeah, Gold Leader's the best. Honestly, I was actually rooting for Gold Leader. Laura is incredible. I mean, she keeps getting better and better, but for some reason, she just has some weird misses and weird luck. Because to me, she is the best Star Wars player to never have a belt. And that's crazy if you think about it.
Some of my Schmoe colleagues would disagree and say that title goes to who did Gold Leader beat last time? Scrimshaw, Joseph Scrimshaw.
Nah, I wouldn't go with Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw's incredible, but Scrimshaw has not gotten to that championship like Laura
Didn't he
has.
face? No,
Did
he faced Alex for the championship once. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
but that was also at a time when Star Wars was a different kind of division.
Yeah, true.
Back then, I think everybody just played everybody. There was no real real league. It was just kind of like, let's have Star Wars matches. Now we're having a league.
Which, to be honest, is probably the best thing about this new format with the factions is that Star Wars actually got some respect and actually got more matches to see.
I think what your one issue, I think next season we're not going to have as many matches, and you're not going to see as many Star Wars. I'm afraid your Star Wars matches will be lower.
That's fair. I think 2 tournaments was a bit much this year. I think it would be nice to see a few Star Wars matches spattered throughout the.
Okay.
Yeah. Knapsack and Alex. So yeah, it would be nice to see a few Star Wars matches, any Geekdom matches, and teams matches spattered throughout the year. I don't know, as Emmanuel said earlier, trust the process.
Oh yeah. But I cannot wait till Gold Leader's next match. I think Gold Leader is incredible. If you want to watch the funniest thing I've ever seen, go to there is a reaction from Thomas Harper reacting to Gold Leader's match.
Yes, I saw that.
That was
brilliant.
Incredible.
That was fantastic. I loved that.
Man,
Oh
Matt, I
man,
wore
yeah,
you out after DC Fandom.
you really did. You really did. How dare you?
I know, right? All right. I have him on the show. I get him sick. I think it was because I was trying to take his spot. That's what it was. I was trying to take him on his spot in Euroschmo. That's exactly what happened.
I see you. I see you.
uh, so why don't we move on to the next match?
Just so we show everyone what we're talking about. So it is. Yeah. But yeah. Um. Look. Before we move on, there is one thing that I want to talk about, which is this: Christian versus Roka, one last ride. Now, we haven't actually discussed this on Euroschmo because at the time it was just myself and Matt. But a few weeks ago, John Roka said that he was going to retire, but that he wants to face Christian Harloff for his job. Uh, what are your thoughts on that?
I
Excited to
don't
see
know.
it?
I don't think. I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if you saw that match, but I think. I think what you're going to see is Riley versus Roka. I think what you'll have is Christian saying, I've not been studying. I can't put the time in like Roka can, but I'm going to put in someone who has had my back, who's been there every step of the way, who I think this is Riley's last season. I think you're going to have a Roka versus Riley final match. If Riley wins, they both retire, both ride off into the sunset. But if Roka wins, Roka gets gets Christian's position.
Hmm. That could be interesting.
Yeah, I don't think Christian. I actually wouldn't want to see Christian play because Christian has been out of the game for so long. I would want to see Christian come back in more exhibition matches, more side stuff. I don't want to see him in spectacular playing because he's just not been practicing. He's not there. Roka has been.
Yeah.
Roka's been playing with other players. He's been training with the rookies. Roka's not quit. Christian did. So I don't think it should be a Roka versus Christian, but if it was a Roka Riley, that match, I think that would be one of the best matches that day.
So there's something that they set up at Collision, which this kind of interrupts, which was the Kevin Smith being very angry about that last call where he didn't say final answer in that 5 pointer. And hey, uh, they set up a little bit of a thing where could be a Harloff versus Kevin Smith match at Spectacular, which personally I would love to see.
Would you want to see that match over Roka versus Christian?
Yes, simply because I think, to be honest with you, I think Roka deserves better competition. Even though on Euroshmo, Roka and I have had our differences, shall we say, since he knocked out Lishan Miller. Uh, I I invented a new character thanks to him, so I think he deserves a better competition, just because of the years that he's put into the um, to the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also it all right with a match like the Roka's match needs to feel like it has stakes. Christian playing
Mm,
doesn't feel like it has stakes, but Christian versus Kevin Smith, that's just a fun match. Sometimes you just get fun
yeah.
matches, and that's what's fun. But the Roka matches, this is the final match of the outlaw John Roka. Uh, I guess I'm more okay with Smith with Christian than Roka with Christian. It's due to the fact of the Smith yeah, wow, the Smith match just seems more fun. It's a more fun match where everybody there is no stake at the end of the day. But the Roka match, this is Roka's last match. You've got to give Roka his best last match. You've got to show off
Mm,
why he is the outlaw.
mm.
And I just don't see that with Christian because Christian's not been in a while, and the Smith one just feels different.
I mean, Christian could show us all. Like I doubted JTE, and I mean, he
Uh,
kicked butt.
yeah, but at the same time, have you heard Christian talk about movie trivia in a while on the shows? He's
Yeah,
just
I
like,
know.
yeah, I'm happy I'm not in it
Yeah.
anymore. There's I don't see Christian in the headspace of someone who's going to win matches.
Especially because, like, last time he faced someone at Spectacular, he was very distracted because he had to do everything behind the scenes. I think if he had to do everything behind the scenes and face John Roke for the final match, it just wouldn't be worth it, in my opinion. Sorry,
Mm-mm.
Christian, if that's your plan, but I think Roker deserves better. No offense to Christian, I love you, but Roker deserves better.
Yeah. So
Shall we
what?
move on? You
Yeah,
want to
let's
talk
go ahead.
about?
Let's jump into the next segment.
Sure. Uh, Danger Zone versus the Untouchables. This was another showing of Paige Fabretti versus Ben Bateman. And my word, the smack talk was going back and forth again in this match. What in any? I'll just say that Danger Zone beat the Untouchables, but the Untouchables showed that there could be a match a team next year that I'd want to see.
I think this match was great. I still want to see a Ben Bateman, Paige Fabretti team. I think that would be incredible. I want to see it so badly because that's something with Ben Bateman. Ben Bateman needs someone like Andrew Guy because
Mm.
Ben Bateman can be a jerk in matches, but he's not the showman. He's not the guy in your face. He's the strategist. And Paige is starting to fall into that Andrew Guy mindset. I
Mm.
think if once character work is really back, I think next year Paige Fabretti needs to dive into that Andrew Guy mindset. I think she needs to work with Andrew Guy on creating a real heel. Because what have we ever had a female heel?
It's but uh, Janine, when she first debuted, was a heel.
Janine was a
Uh,
heel.
yeah, she was when she first debuted. She was a heel. Um, the sassy, what was Stacey Howard and her partner? They were heels at one point.
Yeah, Stacy was kind of
Um,
a heel. And it technically Grace is a heel.
yeah, Roxy,
Roxy.
technically.
I don't consider Roxy a heel anymore.
Yeah, I guess because she's playing the underdog at the moment, she doesn't seem like a heel, but still in her promos, she comes across very whiny heelish to me.
I don't know. I kind of think, yeah. Oh, Brienne was a heel, but that didn't work. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this match was incredible. I think both teams are great. McQueenie was the question mark for this match. I think that was
Mhm.
the whole thing. Who was McQueenie going to be? And I think McQueenie had a rough match. I think McQueenie has struggled this season.
Yeah.
He's not where he was when he was part of the family. The family was a scary team. McQueenie just, I think, I don't know. It's I'm curious to see what McQueenie does next season.
I mean, Thomas is a big McQueenie fan, so missing the 3 point question, it kind of hurt them going forward. But I mean, round two, he wasn't terrible. He
No, he wasn't terrible. It's
brought
just that
it.
first round.
Yeah. I think even Paige didn't have her best showing. especially like she missed the first question. I think she might have missed another one later on. Um, so yeah, I think danger now. This means we're going to see Danger Zone versus Press Room, which will be very interesting because uh, if they can get Perry to believe in herself, and if she gets some good questions, she could really rival Ben Bateman and Dan Merrill,
Oh yeah, the biggest thing though is Josh.
especially with
What
Josh
Josh are we
Horowitz
getting?
on that side.
What Josh are we getting? Are we getting Josh who has been wrecking everyone this season? Or are we getting Josh from New York?
Interesting. I have a feeling it'll probably be Josh that's wrecked everyone, but especially because now he's got a teammate who he can bounce ideas off of.
Yes, but now he's going against Ben Bateman, and Ben Bateman is good at exploiting weakness, and he now knows Josh Horowitz's weakness, and that could be difficult for Josh this next match because that's the thing with Ben Bateman. Once he knows what your weakness is, he exploits it, and I think he tries to.
Mm.
And yeah, New York was an accident, but at the same time, there's more. They now know what slice to give Josh to screw him up.
Yeah,
And I don't think Josh has had enough
but I
time to
mean,
study that slice to get ready for it though.
if the quickie mercs they could, I mean, Pixar's not, in my opinion, that hard to study for. Um, because okay, the only problem which I have with Pixar is the actors, and I mean, Josh knows actors, so I think he
Yeah,
would do pretty well with that.
but if you're smart, what you do now is you assume since he's bad at Pixar, you can kind of assume that he's probably will struggle on more kids centric movies. So most
Mm.
likely you give him Pixar or animated, and that's the route you go. Now you have an
However,
yeah.
Perry Nemiroff seems to be one of those people that may be okay with that sort of thing. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
reading her wrong, but
no, I think I would agree with you there.
so having that teammate there could actually help them.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it all matters what Perry does.
Yeah. And if she can just believe in herself, I think she could be a champion.
So, I was going to let you know on this next match, I have not fully watched it yet. I know who wins, I know who loses, but I did not get to watch this because there's just so many matches during the week.
Okay, okay. Interesting. Okay, so David Del Rio versus James the Jet White. Okay, so forgive me because, as you said, there have been plenty of matches. I don't fully remember, but I think so. Uh, let me. So Jet missed his 5 pointer, I believe, um, which was, I think, a question on. No, it wasn't a question on music. Never mind. But yeah, so they were going back and forth, back and forth. It looked like James was going to win round after round one. He was up. Then round two, um, uh, they he uh, uh, David Del Rio spun well. Then James the Jet White spun opponent's choice and got given, I think, Reese Witherspoon. Um, Missed the first question, but it wasn't stolen. And then dropped down one, and then hits the next two. So he played very well. But yeah, uh, gave all credit for his doing well this year. Yeah, I agree completely, Thomas. Round one has become more important. Um, it sets the stage for future rounds, I think. but yeah, James gave all the credit to Corruption for him playing better this year, even though he hasn't won. Our good friend on the show, Leo Logan, put a poll out for who had the worst luck. I think James White could, even though he's won this year, he could be on that list.
Now, do you see James White in the Schmoedown next year? Because I think he's going to end up in FCL.
I think he could end up on FCL because he doesn't have a good character, but he knows his stuff, and that to me is beautiful. So
I think you're
I
going to
would
see
love to see him back.
I think you're going to see a much stronger FCL next season. Much stronger.
Yeah. Okay. My only worry is that then it makes the FCL roster bloated. But I mean,
I think I don't think you see as. I don't see you bloating the FCL. I think what will happen is the FCL will get the people that are in it right now. I think it's going to split in half. You're going to get the other half of the Schmoedown, so it will be about the same number in the FCL as it was this year. You have half of the Schmoedown in the FCL. You make the FCL a stronger division, and you make it bigger. And what you do is what I think they do in the long run is basically create FCL into another Schmoedown. And what would be interesting, yeah, Ryan, I agree. White will be in FCL next year. I'm sure. Yeah, but I do think the FCL is going to be a lot stronger next year. I also could see Roca taking over the FCL instead of trying to take Christian's job, having that role from Christian in the FCL.
I kind of see that if that means that they don't kick out Brad or that he works with Brad, because I think
see him working with Brad.
Yeah, kind of like Brad becomes the face authority figure and Roca becomes the heel. Someone to bounce off of storyline wise could be very interesting.
Anything else you want to talk about with this match, or want to move forward?
No, I think that's
Thomas, guys, what makes you think only the 5 players on the factions are playing in the MTS? That's also. It's not just the 5, but you're going to see half the Schmoedown is what you saw this year. The Schmoedown roster was huge, and they've really talked about I think Christian even mentioned the only 5 in each faction.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have some outside of those factions, but you're not going to see the number that you had this year. And I don't see you see the match numbers we saw this year as well. I think you're going down to about
confirmed. We're just going to have 2 matches a week, and I think he said 2 pay-per-views a month, which I honestly think it's much better. It makes pay-per-views more special, I think, even. But just to confirm, Thomas, the reason why we say that is because Christian revealed on Backstage once that he is cutting the league down. He's only going to have 5 members per faction. I think he said it's going to be 1 IG, 1 Star Wars, 2 teams, and a singles player. So yeah, I think that's how it's going to be. Spectacular. I think we're going to see the killing off of the bigger factions.
This is why we have Christian saying on so many different shows and different stuff, oh, I'm going to do this, or this. I think that's why we need a press conference. I think that's why we need at least every 2 months, maybe, or for sure right after Spectacular, where you have one stream on the MTS where all you send one person from the after shows to this live stream, and Christian does a press conference where Christian will announce what his plans are, what the big plans are, what's coming up, and then you have different after shows ask questions. So then you don't have, well, they said this over here on backstage. Oh, they said this on POV. Oh, he said this in an interview or this interview. You give one place where it's this press conference, Christian said this, and that gives him because it makes it an event. It makes it this big. Here is the big show, and which is kind of funny, their big show. But I think that's what they need because it's really difficult sometimes for people to know what's coming, what's not. But if you had a big press conference style, have the after shows be your press, because a lot of the after shows have started to grow a lot. They're starting to get notoriety. We're starting to gain a lot of the same fans. Like I see Ryan, I see Thomas, I see all these people on all the channels, all the after shows are connecting with us. And so we could have have each of our after shows prepare questions for the press conference, and then Christian can answer the press conference. It would make things a lot more. It'd make things a lot more professional feeling when it comes to announcements.
Yeah, I agree. I just want to touch on this. I know that, but it sounds like there's always there's no players outside the factions. I'm just gonna mute for a second so the dogs don't bug.
No, it's fine. No, there is going to be players outside the faction. They've kind of already stated that because they want people to come in and play, but they want. I believe Christian said something about 2 matches per week instead of 3 and 2. Yep, yeah, Christian did state that, and I think that's great. It really puts, because honestly, it's hard to keep up with all the matches. I mean, I missed one of them because I just didn't have enough time, and also Eli wasn't able to post his reaction yesterday, so that was. I normally watch the matches through Eli's reactions, just kind of how it works out. So let's go ahead and move on to the final match.
Sure, that was actually the final match.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did mention that. That's going to be very interesting. I did not know that either. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how that's going to play out. That's, I think, going to be an interesting aspect to the game. So now we're going to touch on the promo of the week, my favorite segment. That gives Nerdchronic some much needed love. He is a beast at the promos, him and his team. I'm sure he has a team. I hope he has a team because 3 matches to do promos is insane. 3 matches
5 this week.
Promos.
5 promos this week,
which is insane. So I seriously hope for his sake he has a team. But yeah, he is fantastic. What was your promo of the week?
My promo of the week this week was probably the Gold Leader match. Gold Leader made me die. He was so funny, and it just worked out so well. I had so much fun with that match. Me and Eli did a reaction of it this past week, and so that I gotta go with Gold Leader. That was so much fun.
Nice, I like that. For me, I have to go the Frankie Alvarez match. Yep, there we go. Can't beat the Rager versus Alvarez. That music, when that music hit, I was like goosebumps. And like you said, you're watching this match going to a movie. I was watching this or listening to this match while hanging up my watching. I just shook while hanging watching because the music choices are just fantastic. And listening, what I even took out my phone, just watched it because it was fantastic. Watching the reaction of Suge again, where he's like this is the Rager. It was just fantastic. I love that.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Suge's show has become so incredible.
Beautiful. It has. He's a genius. I love him. Yeah. So that, I guess that's our choice for promo of the week. So shall we move on to prediction time?
Is this week another 3 week, or is this a How many matches
This
we
is
got this
a
week?
4 week
Oh,
match.
four. Okay, okay.
Yeah, this is a four match week. Sorry, not 4 week match. uh, as Thomas says, the match might not have been great, but everything around it was just top notch. I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree.
once they got into their thing, it was beautiful. Um, uh, I think yes. I think someone does have better music, and it's Lady Justice.
Yes, her music is incredible. All right, so what's our first match this week?
So the first match this week is Alex Damon versus Nikki DiMolanta. Alex the Demon Damon
Ugh.
versus Nikki Dimi DiMolanta. What are your thoughts on this match?
This match might be the hardest match to choose. And I might shock everybody. I think I'm gonna go with Nikki.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Nikki
Interesting.
over Alex. Nikki has impressed me every match she's played, and Alex has had a rough couple of matches. I mean, even his last match was not a great match for him, and
Oh yeah.
Nikki just shows off.
Shouldn't say this. Oyama also does have awesome music. I agree.
Oh yeah,
Uh, you have a fan. Thomas agrees with you, Luke. Uh, so yeah. Uh, look, I agree that Nikki has shown great promise and has like outclassed any expectations I have for any competitor this year. Um, she is our last hope for female finals, but due to how competitive this prediction league is and how I think everyone from our league is going to go with Alex Damon, I think I'm going to pick Damon too. Uh,
that
so yeah, I agree, Ryan. I completely agree. He will have to play better, but yeah, I love
yeah.
I love the Dimalantis.
I love both their families. They are just awesome. So, all right, what's the next
Have
match? Oh, go ahead.
yeah, have you been listening to the Radcast at all?
Uh, oh, not really.
I would recommend doing it. It's a great listen. Laughs. Uh,
Wait, the Alex or the Nikki the
the
Demolanta podcast?
Nikki, yes.
Yes, I have watched them some. They are actually incredible. I actually do really enjoy watching them. So let's move on to this. What's the next match?
Cool. Deception versus King Arthur. Uh, Now Liam, I know, is going with Deception because it's his favorite team, and quite honestly, mine. So I'm going with Deception. This is the risk that I'm taking this week. I'm taking Deception. I know King Arthur on a tear, so I'm taking this risk and going with my team and my heart.
I gotta go
Luke,
with Deception. I gotta go Deception. Deception is playing incredible, and they scare me. I
interesting.
did you know that Lady Justice and the Coyote are dating?
Really?
I think they are. I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Please don't take my word on this, but you'll notice most videos they're actually together, and I think they're dating, but I'm not for sure on that. Someone else posted something on the Facebook group stating that they were, so I'm not 100%, but I
Okay.
think that's what's going on.
Okay. Well, if they are, that's fantastic. Love to see love. So, uh, yeah, if they are, awesome. But yeah, if not going to put speculation until it's confirmed. But yeah,
Yeah, I know,
uh,
right?
uh, going on to that thing, deception. But as King Arthur, look. they could be the sleeper of this
Oh,
tournament.
oh yeah. I mean, here's the thing: when I do our video tomorrow, I'm hoping King Khan doesn't pop on because he might come kill me. Khan
I
just kind
like
of pops
fun.
into places a lot, but honestly, I think I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, King Arthur's going to be tough, especially
Mm,
those two on the same team on King Arthur. I think this might be the match of the tournament.
yeah, I agree. I agree. King Arthur without a doubt. But yeah, um, personally, I love King Khan. He is my favorite new rookie, other than in the Star Wars division. Um, I've always said he's my favorite singles rookie, and it look, this is where I'm kind of torn because I love both teams and both sides of the teams. But yeah, um, I got to go with my favorite and go Deception.
Okay.
Now, this match is
Ooh.
huge. Paul Oyama versus the Barbarian. I think Paul Oyama is Swag's last hope, if
Yeah,
I'm not
I
mistaken,
think so.
for any points coming up. Um, the Barbarian, he he's interesting to me because he hasn't had the best luck in singles.
He's just had
So
a bad year. This year's been a weird year for him.
yeah, even last year in the singles thing, he wasn't fantastic to me.
Yeah.
He surprised me in IG. He was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm
in the
I'm shocked he didn't
singles,
play
he
this year.
just yeah. But personally, I I, I am. This is going to be an interesting match. Who do you have, Luke?
Oh, Paul Yaba. I mean, Barbarian's incredible. He plays great, but I just have more faith in Paul Yama right now. I think Paul is a champion for a reason. So I see Paul Yama win coming out on this one.
Yep, Thomas agrees with you, and personally, I do too, and so does Liam. To be honest with you, so yeah, that's who I got. Uh, and then so this is another interesting thing. We could have the because it's Paul Oyama, we could have more developments in that free for all debacle coming up
I hope
this week.
so. I kind of hope we get some info on that, and we might be that might be where we get our info on why Paul Yama storyline wise is doing this.
Hmm.
But we'll see.
Yep. So Shazam versus Lightning Time.
Ooh.
This, to be honest with you, this is a match where I have torn loyalties and my heart is in pieces with this match. Who do you got?
I gotta go with Shazam. I am a huge fan of the kid and Bibiani. I think Bibiani is incredible. The kid to me is
Kirk
my
Shaw.
favorite one. Yeah, I might be a koi shield. I don't know. No, like honestly, the kid is incredible. I have a weird I want to interview the kid so badly due to the fact of when I
Hmm.
was in college, me and a buddy of mine, I was going through school and stuff and was really struggling and I just needed some chill time to relax. And we would watch this so dumb show called Mr. Young. It was probably the dumbest show I think I've ever watched, but we died laughing. And the main character in the show was the kid. And so I just when he joined the Schmoedown, I got super excited. I gotta go with Shazam. Shazam is going to. They have been playing great. Bibiani scares me, and the kids scare me. I could see them both playing each other in the tournament. Actually,
Yep. That's Matt's pick for the singles final. Uh, but yeah, Thomas says he's been going against the favorites, so he's got to say Lightning Time and go suspects go. but Ryan going with Shazam, and
Nice, Ryan.
quite frankly, if I want to see my dream match at Spectacular, I have to hope that Shazam win the team title match. So I'm picking Shazam.
I'm shocked by that, especially with Liz Shannon Miller.
Oh yeah. She's my favorite competitor. Don't get me wrong. And this is why my heart is so torn in this match. But considering at the beginning of this year, I said I really want to see on the Spectacular card Deception versus Shazam, and we are just 2 to 3 matches away from that. Oof, I gives me goosebumps. So I quite frankly am. I'm sorry, Liz Shannon Miller. You're still my favorite competitor. You always will be, but have to go with Shazam.
Nice.
So that is all we have on our talking points. Unless you have anything you wanna bring up.
Just I was just gonna plug our channel, Galaxy Geeks channel. Right now we are starting something new. Right now, Eli throughout the week does YouTube shorts of the news, and that's been going great. Our views are slowly climbing. That honestly, shorts are weird to me because they don't work like normal YouTube videos. Like normal YouTube video, you get your views and they start to build and build and build slowly. Shorts, it could be a month and then they just pop. But that's been great. We've got a movie review coming out. We have 2 movie reviews coming out today. There will be Dune should be coming out in the next hour, and then we have Ron Gone Wrong in a couple, probably sometime tonight as well.
Yeah,
that's the animated movie.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it because I love animation. So.
It's just a short review on it. It's a good movie. We really enjoyed it. It's very edgy, more edgy than I was expecting. Ooh. Yeah, there's some references in it. I was just like, wow. But me and my wife went and watched it, and we both really enjoyed it. But we just felt like it was missing. Something was missing, like some heart or something. I don't know. It was a great movie. Really enjoyed it. We gave it a 2.5 out of 5.
Okay, so kind of middling.
Yeah, about in the middle. I gave Dune 3 out of 5. No, 3.5. 3.5 out of 5.
Don't give away too much because we still want to have people go and watch your review.
Yeah, I know, right?
Please do go and watch Galaxy Geeks' review. Is your wife also on the review?
Yes. When we do reviews and trailer reactions, she's always on it because she loves it. The Schmoedown side of stuff, she just doesn't have enough time to keep up with everything. Yeah. But she does all the movie stuff and the TV shows and everything.
Awesome. So yeah, is there anything else you want to plug?
Just keep up with us on the Galaxy Geeks channel. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We have loved everyone that's interacted and commented. And if this is a selfish thing, but if you haven't liked our videos, everyone that shows up, they do help us in our views and subscribers. And the bigger the Galaxy Geeks grow, the bigger a community we can gather. And honestly, it helps the Schmoedown in the long run too. If you have a strong base with these side shows like the after shows, if the after shows grow, that means the Schmoedown will grow. And so if you haven't given us a chance, please do. And also, if y'all haven't already subscribed to the Euro Schmo, subscribe. This helps everybody.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So please subscribe, give us a like. It helps, as Luke said, it helps much more than you imagine. If you're watching this in the replay, please comment. We do read the comments, and we appreciate everyone that does comment. So thank you very much for that. I think that's it. Shall we say goodbye?
All right, I'm good.
Goodbye, everyone.